I did like a light green, almost like a pistachio green color. And I thought this would be so fun. So I baked my cakes in an 8-inch tin. Stack up your cake as you normally would. So you're gonna do cake, buttercream, cake. And that's it. We're not gonna do too tall. And we're gonna cut the sides. This way we don't waste any cake. You don't even need a heart pan. You're gonna use the extra pieces and put it on the top of the cake. And this is gonna create the perfect heart shape. So now you're gonna frost as you normally would. Just frost the outside white. Make sure you're keeping that heart shape. You wanna work slow. Make sure you're happy with everything. So once your cake is all frosted and white, you're gonna work on your colors. So I used gel food coloring. Always use gel food coloring. I recommend AmeriColor. And create different shades of green. So I frosted the outside in this, I guess, pistachio kind of vibe. The tips I'm using is mostly 1M or a 2D Wilton tip, but you can use any piping tip you wish. I am not a pro piper, but I'm good enough at it. And the secret is going slow and just enjoy the process. Since this cake is inspired by the Control, on the album cover, there's TVs or like computer, I don't know if they're computer or TVs. Decided to make them out of fondant and I placed those on the cake. And I did like some hanging wires because again, it gotta look dirty, it gotta look messed up. I decided to use some butterflies on the cake. I also did mushrooms. I feel like mushrooms are very SZA, you know. I put Control, the album title. And that's the final product. I absolutely love making this SZA cake. My cake layers and just stack it up as I normally do. Fill it with any filling you'd like. And you're gonna carve it down to be this square, rectangular shape. And then you're gonna slope down the sides. It's very simple to shape, just literally look at it and you'll be able to get it. You're now gonna stuff the cake with the ticket. So to do this, I always put the bills or whatever I'm stuffing the cake in some plastic. I like to use sandwich bags, super easy. I just cut off the sides, tape it, and then I tape all the tickets or the money together and you're just gonna roll it up. Just like the footage is shown. And then you're gonna stuff it into the cake. It's super important you make sure it's completely stuffed into the cake. So once you're happy with the overall shape, and you have it nice and frosted, you're now gonna roll out your fondant. And I'm using fondant for this just because it's an easy shape overall. We're just gonna cover the cake as you normally would, and we're using white fondant. Now, once you have your cake covered, you're gonna use a ruler or something long and literally just make lines going vertical and then horizontal. Just try and make them as straight as possible. It's not the end of the world because really we just want it super silvery and glittery. The brim of the hat, I just roll out a big piece of fondant and just cut out almost like a rectangle. You're gonna fold it around the base of the hat. It sounds confusing, but it's pretty easy. You just want to make sure you use the fondant and work fast so it's easily to be bent. And then you're gonna do the same thing, create the grid pattern into it so everything looks cohesive and it should look like a white cowboy hat at this point. You're gonna cover the whole cake in silver metallic dust. I did silver metallic dust. I also painted it a little with silver metallic dust. And you're literally just gonna use a big fluffy makeup brush and go crazy. You want the whole cake covered in silver, whole thing glittery. You're not gonna wanna add your cake topper onto the top of the cake and make sure it's attached to a little piece of plastic from the tickets or the money in whatever case you're using. And then your cake is done.
No, you're lying. No!
We're making a Taylor Swift cake from her Bad Blood music video where it's a heart shape with some piping and when you stab it, blood comes out. All I'm doing is piping a border around the perimeter of the cake and this is just gonna make the filling stay inside the cake so it doesn't have any oozing and your cake is nice and even. Do a scoop of the strawberry jam and now we're literally just gonna smooth it out. Next cake, boom! And now we're just gonna seal up the edges by swiping up a little bit more strawberry jam. And for the last cake, you just want to put it upside down. Boop. Seal it up. Just gonna cut down on the side. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you should have this kind of shape. You're gonna put it back on the cake and form it in. Just literally push it back on. Cake on the other side. Do you see the vision? Carving down. And then we're gonna cover this whole thing in buttercream and get it nice and pretty. Now we're gonna put a quick crumb coat of icing to seal all the strawberry jam because it's already coming out. Put it in the fridge and forget about it. Now the cake is nice and cold, so we're gonna do another coat. So we're just gonna take our bench scraper and smooth it all around as you normally would with any cake. So I finally finished frosting it 10 hours later. You can see it's a nice heart shape. When you're piping, go slow, and all you're gonna do is go up, down, up, down. Very simple, very easy. You just gotta really take your time with it. So now we're just gonna pipe a border along the bottom. So I'm just piping another border on top. Okay, we're just gonna continue the top border just to match the bottom. What do we think? I decided to make it out of fondant. That looks perfect. I think we should get glitter. All I'm gonna do is just sprinkle the whole cake with it. Okay guys, this is the final product. I finally finished. What do you guys think? I absolutely love the outcome. Hope you enjoyed Taylor Swift and her cutting her cake. And let me know what artists we should do next. Peace.
Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. Cause I got a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name.